Hello, Kehilat Darchei Tzion. We're on Shabbat, Parashat, Parah, Parashat, Vayakhel. And I want to speak about a certain connection between these two parashot, these two ideas, Vayakhel and Parah. We read Parashat Parah as a reminder to start preparing for Pesach. And I think this reminder is on different levels. First of all, to remind us that one of the most essential aspects of Pesach is missing, the Korban. Right? We read about a parasha that tells us that we have to purify ourselves so that we will be able to go to Beit HaMikdash and sacrifice the Pesach and be able to eat the Korban, and we don't have that. So when we read Parashat Parah, it's there as a reminder that throughout all our excitement of Pesach, something's missing. But another aspect, I think, is that the idea that Chazal chose for us to enter the preparations towards Pesach through Parashat Parah is the idea that the process of becoming pure is one that connects the spiritual and the physical. That we don't only prepare for Pesach by buying everything we need, but you also have to have a spiritual preparation for Pesach. Make sure that you also have all the physical parts that you need for Pesach, the cleaning, the shopping, the cooking, the Haggadot. But you have to have everything there. But you also need to prepare on another level. You have to prepare yourself to have a meaningful Pesach, and especially a meaningful Leil Seder, how we're going to fulfill together as a family, V'higata levimcha, how are we going to have an exciting and meaningful and spiritual Hallel? How do we manage to do all of that? So Parashat Parah, I think there is a metaphor for both aspects. It's a physical preparation, but it's aimed towards the spiritual very much, because the whole idea of becoming pure is a spiritual concept. And we have this connection between the materialistic aspect and the spiritual one, and coming together, that's very much resembles a lot of the preparations towards Pesach. And to be able to have both of them very strongly in our minds when we prepare for Pesach. In Parashat Vayakhel, we see that Am Yisrael are all there contributing and donating and giving and all excited to give to the Mishkan, which is a really uplifting description where you see Am Yisrael are giving so much. And then in the end, you have Moshe stopping Am Yisrael and telling them, it's enough, you've brought enough. And the Sfat Emet explains that this idea that they brought enough, Moshe Rabbeinu realized that there's a certain place where the enthusiasm of Am Yisrael was too much, and it was moving from the national project to the personal glorification, where look how much I brought to the Mishkan, and it's becoming a race between different people. Who is going to bring the most to the Mishkan? And Moshe had to stop that. He had to make sure that the materialistic, physical aspect of the donation of the Mishkan doesn't override and doesn't become the major part of this project of the Mishkan, but the spiritual. Remember what is the goal of this whole project of people bringing the Mishkan, meaning this project of donating to the Mishkan is also this connection between this physical and the spiritual. And Moshe Rabbeinu had to stop Am Yisrael for them to remember what is the more essential aspect of this process. And also for us in our preparations for Pesach that we learn from Parashat Parah, we have to remember, yes, we have to prepare physically and we have to prepare spiritually. But let's remember what's the central aspect of Pesach and make sure that that is what we're focused on, and we have the physical parts there as a background, as something to help us grow and have a meaningful Seder and Pesach on a spiritual level. Shabbat Shalom.